Apple and Google do a pretty good job of policing their app stores. And so if you can basically say, you know, you're pushing apps through your enterprise app store or through the Google and Play and the Apple app store, you're going to be largely guarded from these things, but not 100%. And, you know, we have a lot of banking customers, and clearly banking customers are targeted for the, you know, OTA tokens and for SMS intercept and two-factor auth. So malware does happen. The malware analysis game on mobile doesn't work in the traditional sense. You can't get privilege on the device. You can't detect these things kind of heuristically in an effective way and stop them immediately when they show up. And so what we do is it's the cat and mouse game. Download every app, statically and dynamically analyze it, hope that you have full coverage so you can spot the bad app. And the approach that we've taken, basically leveraging the power of having devices in 188 countries, is that let's look at the behaviors of devices in real time. Let's understand what app, for instance, what Facebook app out there is different from all the rest, that talks to a different IP than every other Facebook app that's out there. Do the malware guys have time to find that one on that one person's device and maybe determine that it was side-loaded or targeted to somebody? Probably not. But if you look at data at scale, if you begin to aggregate that information, non-personal information, and then you can identify these things, what we end up putting in place is a system that can actually detect those attacks at scale in real time. Move away from the game of static and dynamic analysis and get into the game of let's spot the behaviors that drive risk. And the neat thing is, long-term, and these are the most challenging problems we face, but as we work with large companies that have significant intellectual property, footprints around the world, long-term, that behavioral approach to security can ultimately find those really difficult problems such as insider threat and advanced adversaries. So the initial phase of the technology for us is to deploy it to help people secure and understand their devices. The second phase of it is to begin to spot apps which potentially stand out and could be malware before any sort of antivirus company could go out there, reverse it, and figure it out. And then finally, to have that baseline that we need to ultimately find those really, really difficult situations with, again, targeted advanced attacks and insider threats.